seemed like a really tough and ugly game, but how did you kind of find your way through it?
Yeah, I mean, it was an ugly game. I mean, super physical. Not the prettiest game to watch for sure. I thought the key to the game was the unit that was in there, end of the third, beginning of the fourth. We got we got a little bit of rhythm. We got some easier looks. Ball kind of moved. We moved a bit more. Thought the first half in particular, after the first few minutes of the game, we spent the entire first half just fighting the game, playing into a crowd, playing ISO basketball against a team that was just loading up, wanting us to play ISO basketball, getting off of it too late, not getting it to the other side. And, that cost us an opportunity to get good and clean looks.
Did you see, it feels like Dante with some gritty plays there in the fourth. I mean, is that kind of the energy you need from him?
Yeah, it was awesome. He was really our leading player today. On both sides of the ball, he made big shots. He played with force. He rebounded. He guarded. He got steals. Did everything. And he's got that grittiness to him. And games like this suit him well.
What did you think of the shot that he hits at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible shot. And we've seen it all season. He's making those shots at a super high level. And we're lucky to have him on our team.
It was hard to see from our angle. It looked like you had a conversation with him or something towards the end there, like you and Ant talking, and he said, I think on his interview that you told him not to shoot the mid range, and he said, I want to shoot that shot.
No, I didn't tell him not to shoot the mid range. So that's not what was said. So.
Hey. Gannon's made it clear that he doesn't want to be the face of the league. Only to have a guy who plays like that and has the type of charisma that he has. Is this something that you can even choose?
I don't think there's a single player that's really set out to be the face of the league. It's kind of a new phenomenon that we hear about in the media now. And I think the league is in a great place. There's a lot of talent. I think Ant is a spectacular young player who could easily be the face of the league, but I know it's not something that he's like questing after. I think he certainly has a lot of attributes that people will draw people to him. But you got to win at a super high level. And, as long as we do that, then he has a chance to be that if that's something he desires. I'm not sure that really is.
You talk about the way they were loading up on you defensively. What do you want the counter offensively for you guys to look like when that's the best that they're facing?
Throw the ball the other side of the floor where there's no defensive players.
Just
simple as that. Yeah.
So is that, what Julius kind of fell into this game? What made it hard to play through the
Yeah, every time we put the ball down, they were swarming him heavy into gaps, and everybody was a beat late getting off the pass or getting the pass off rather, that really affected our ability. Then when we did have clean looks, they did a really good job of closing out. We kind of pump faked ourselves covered, so then we had to reset and start all over again. But I also thought, he played with good force at times. I just didn't think he got a very good whistle when he went to the hoop. So.
Perspective, how have you seen incorporate this mid-range game, this finishing shots through?
Well, I think the mid-range game for me is something that's he's gotten better at. He's still elite from the 3-point line. He's still I think he might be at one point just in recent history he was the best non-big finisher at the rim in the league, and so those things are still top drawer for him. He's gotten better in the mid-range. I think he's more comfortable getting there cleaner. Using it in smart situations is good. And certainly I think it's helped his closing package and his closing efficiency.
Coach, so Jaden got into a little bit with Chris Steiner. They got into it earlier you mentioned before that it's an emotional team. A lot of players that play with high emotion for better or worse, and you're a passionate coach. You get fired up as well too sometimes. So how do you kind of curb that sometimes to make sure that the team doesn't lose their cool and get into those situations where there's flagrant fouls, technical fouls, especially Rudy's?
Well, didn't we talk about? I think we talked about the Rudy thing pregame, or maybe it was with TV. I'm not sure, but it's for them to control their emotions for sure. A game like today is hard because it's kind of super scrappy. I know Jaden's pretty tough. I know Rudy's pretty tough. Those guys take a lot of shots. You get frustrated when you get hit time and again. And sometimes you got to clean up your own shit. So if that's what they got to do, then that's what they got to do. But we got to do it also in a sensible manner.
You're like one of Iowa's better games streak.
Yeah, Iowa was great. I thought Iowa was one of the guys who actually could really get somewhere with the dribble tonight. He hit a big baseline jumper coming out of a timeout. Just played with a lot of force and played quick.
Coach, so Jaden, had a good defensive game on Ben. Was
Yeah.
kind of like the point of emphasis coming to the game to really kind of slow him down?
Sure.
More and all that stuff.
Yeah, we talked about, what he would be looking to do in the absence of Kawhi. Certainly since he's been here, he's had some big nights. We talked about not letting anyone step up and have a career night, no matter where it came from. And guys did a good job there. Thanks.